I mean, this is also different for us because usually the Tarkatan Bitesize episodes are just the two of us. So this is really cool to do something different as well.
I have to say that ever since I did that episode, it has been getting infuriating because, like we kind of mentioned at the beginning, all the new videos that are coming out where they're essentially trying to ride you guys' curtails, where they're using like all the information from it, and some of it's getting distorted too.
Oh, I know.
I was finding it on message boards. In fact, I was getting really pissed off because one of the things that's hurting this film is the fact that they haven't done any releases for it. So the only stuff that fans have to go off of is those shitty character descriptions from 2 years ago, the set leaks, and then the information that I provided.
Even some of the comments on the video have been like, Cole Turner, I'm out. And I'm like, did you even listen to it? Like, it's
honestly, I don't blame them. I really don't. Like, I'm still not sold on Cole Turner or whatever his name's going to be, but I am more positive about it.
And I don't blame them either, because every time someone comments about Cole Turner, someone comes back in and says, oh, they didn't learn their mistake from Alice with Resident Evil, even though we covered that in the video.
Yeah.
But that is so ingrained into people where that's all they can think about is, oh shit, it's going to be like Alice, and our favorite characters are going to be treated like shit. And I really don't blame them for it. But honestly, like, one of the things that I've really had to get used to over the years was finally accepting that Hollywood changes things. And something I would really love to talk about at some point is what hurts video game adaptations is the fact that, unlike, say, Batman or Spider-Man or some of these like decades old characters, Batman has like 50 different interpretations between movies, games, all the various comic series. So whenever they make a change, it's not a big deal because they have the whole multiverse and people are just kind of used to all the different interpretations of the character and his world. Video games don't really have that. I think the most that we really have is you have like the original games, and then you have like Mortal Kombat 9, where they kind of reinterpreted the games, and then we're just now getting into that concept where there's a multiverse and multiple timelines, and there's
it's too bad they didn't like run with that idea and make a in Dragon Ball, what was it, the last Dragon Ball series they made, they did this battle between the multiverses. They could have easily done something with that with Mortal Kombat.
The thing is, I mean, comparing it to, let's say, DC and stuff, the one huge example would be if they decided to make, say, a Justice League movie, right? Completely from scratch. And instead of it being from the point of view of any of the superheroes or all the superheroes involved, they decided to give us a new character forming the Justice League. You know, that's a comparison that I can see with Cole Turner being so integral to the plot of this upcoming movie. And I can totally understand why people are not happy with that, because we have these specific characters that we love. This series is about them. We have 60, 70 plus characters in Mortal Kombat already who they could have chosen from. Johnny Cage would have been perfect for this role, as we've said before. Yeah.
And I agree.
But it's a tournament. I mean, you got anybody can join a tournament if you're chosen. So
that's one of the weird, in my opinion, misconceptions about the game series from the movie. Because to me, the people who turned up at the tournament were not just like random people chosen. That was just something that was done in the movie, in my opinion. In my opinion, the people who turned up.
We had fans who disproved that theory of yours. I don't know if you remember when after our episode, you mentioned that one of the Realm Kast episodes, and one of the fans posted a picture from John Device's original comics. Yeah. With like shiploads of people coming in for the tournament.
Oh, so you are right. No, my bad. You're right.
No, but you know what? That's an interpretation of it, and depending on one of the interpretations, you are correct, Yanni. Now, the idea that anyone could show up is sort of the original timeline. But when you look at, I think MK9, they only had the actual Mortal Kombat established characters. And you looked at Legacy 2, you look at, what was
even MK1, I would argue, because technically MK1 had all the participants, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the comics. So I definitely see what you're saying, what that guy posted. That's definitely one interpretation, which is correct. I just feel that we already have the characters, so why are we getting random ones added when these people are...
I think it comes with the idea of adding in mystery. So like when you think about like Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade, you know, you pretty much know what their story arcs are. Having this original character, they add a lot of twists and turns with this story. So you're actually going to get surprises when you watch it. And it has me really excited to see where they go with the sequel, just because once they lay out his initial story, I'm like, ooh, I really like where they're going with this. So that's something that Cole Turner's going to bring to it, is kind of like a fresh take on it, where once you start seeing him and then you see like a couple variations on the characters where it's not 100% like the game, you're going to be like, oh, okay, so I don't feel like I know this character completely.
Yeah.
Like even when they do like Kano and Sonya, like some of their storylines, you're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm gonna know everything that's gonna happen now. And then it gets you excited and you sit there and then you start wondering, like, are they even gonna live through this? And it really creates that tension. And I think what it's gonna really do is bring fans together, not only to like bitch and moan back and forth on whether the movie's good or not, but I think it's also gonna create that same feeling that you had from the original games, where people are gonna start posting their theories on what they think something means, or where they think, you know, the story's gonna go from here. And I love that. And that was one of the biggest takeaways I had from reading the 2018 script, was like, oh my God, I'm excited for the sequel already.
Yeah, no, that is true, for sure.
It takes an old story and it makes an old story new again.
Fresh,
giving you a different point of view. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this Tarkatan Bitesize episode, and thank you very much to Brandon, Mr. Midnight Owl, for returning to join us on this episode as well. If you haven't seen our Realm Kast episode with Mr. Midnight Owl, check it out. He gives us a lot of new information on the 2018 version of the upcoming MK movie script. Let us know what you think of our discussion. Please like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you. See you again soon.